Mauritius, a tiny African country in the middle of the Indian Ocean. But what lies within this country is something most countries can only dream of. Mauritius is a small island nation located approximately 2,000 kilometers off the southeast coast of Africa. It is a tropical paradise known for its pristine beaches, crystal clear waters, and scenic landscapes. The island's history is a tapestry of different cultures and influences, having been colonized by the Dutch, French, and British before gaining independence in 1968. Today, Mauritius is a vibrant and multicultural society with a population that is a mix of African, Indian, Chinese, and European descent. The country's economy is thriving, driven by tourism, financial services, and agriculture, and it is known for its commitment to environmental conservation. Visitors to Mauritius can enjoy a unique blend of natural beauty, cultural diversity, and modern amenities, making it a popular destination for travelers from around the world. The capital and largest city in Mauritius is Port Louis, and the current president of the country is Prithvirajsing Roopun. The currency used in Mauritius, the Mauritian rupee, and the country has the second strongest passport in Africa, giving access to more than 130 countries, both visa-free and visa upon arrival. If you want to know more about this African paradise, then come along with me. 1. Mauritius has a rich and diverse history. It was uninhabited until the arrival of the Dutch in 1598, who named it after Prince Maurice of Nassau. The Dutch established a small colony on the island and introduced sugarcane cultivation, which became the main industry for centuries to come. The French took possession of Mauritius in the early 1700s and developed it into a prosperous colony, introducing slavery to work on the sugar plantations. The British captured the island in 1810 during the Napoleonic Wars and abolished slavery in 1835. During this period, Mauritius became a melting pot of cultures and languages, with African, Indian, Chinese, and European influences. Mauritius gained independence from Britain in 1968 and has since become a thriving multi-ethnic and multicultural nation with a growing economy, stable democratic government, and commitment to environmental conservation. 2. Mauritius is the third smallest country in Africa with a surface area of 2,040 square kilometers. The population of Mauritius is estimated to be around 1.3 million people. Mauritius has a multicultural society with people of African, Indian, Chinese, and European descent. Mauritius has a population density of around 632 people per square kilometer, putting the country at the top on the chart in Africa when it comes to population density. The largest ethnic group is Indo-Mauritians, who make up around 2/3 of the population, while Creoles, people of African and Malagasy descent, and Sino-Mauritians, people of Chinese descent, are the other significant ethnic groups. There are also small numbers of people of European and Franco-Mauritian descent. The official language of Mauritius is English, but French and Creole are also widely spoken. Hindi, Urdu, Tamil, Telugu, and other Indian languages are also spoken by a significant portion of the population. Mauritius has a relatively high literacy rate of around 90%, and the country has made significant progress in providing education for its citizens. The life expectancy is also relatively high, with an average of around 75 years. 3. Mauritius has a tropical maritime climate, with warm and humid weather throughout the year. There are two main seasons, a warm and humid summer season from November to April, and a cooler and drier winter season from May to October. During the summer season, temperatures can reach up to 35 degrees Celsius, with high levels of humidity and occasional heavy rainfall. The winter season is generally cooler and drier, with temperatures ranging from around 20 degrees Celsius to 25 degrees Celsius. Mauritius is also at risk of tropical cyclones, particularly during the summer season. These can bring strong winds, heavy rainfall, and storm surges, which can cause damage to infrastructure and disrupt travel plans. Mauritius has a warm and tropical climate that is ideal for beach and outdoor activities. However, visitors should be prepared for high levels of humidity and the possibility of tropical cyclones, particularly during the summer season. 4. Politics in Mauritius is characterized by a multi-party system and a long tradition of democracy and political stability. The country gained independence from Britain in 1968 and has since established a stable and democratic political system. The National Assembly of Mauritius, which is the country's legislative body, is composed of 70 members who are elected by popular vote every 5 years. The President of Mauritius serves as the head of state, while the Prime Minister serves as the head of government. The major political parties in Mauritius include the Labour Party, the Mauritian Militant Movement, and the Mauritian Socialist Party, among others. While there has been some political tension and occasional protest in Mauritius, the country has generally enjoyed a peaceful and stable political environment. Mauritius has a strong tradition of good governance and transparency, and the country is consistently ranked as one of the least corrupt countries in Africa. The government has made significant investments in education, healthcare, and infrastructure, and the country has a well-developed economy driven by industries such as tourism, financial services, and agriculture. 5. Mauritius is considered to be a middle-income country with a relatively high GDP per capita compared to many other African nations. As of 2023, Mauritius has the highest GDP per capita in Africa of approximately $11,500. While Mauritius does have a diversified economy with a thriving financial services sector, tourism industry, and agricultural production, the country still faces some economic challenges, including income inequality and a high public debt level. However, Mauritius has made significant progress in human development, with high levels of literacy, access to healthcare, and a relatively low poverty rate. The country also has a strong commitment to environmental conservation and sustainability, which has helped to support its tourism industry and maintain its natural beauty. While Mauritius may not be considered a wealthy country in the global context, it is certainly one of the most prosperous and developed nations in Africa, with a strong economy and high living standards for its citizens. 6. Mauritius was the first country in Africa to be involved in processing white sugar. The cultivation of sugarcane was introduced to Mauritius by the Dutch in the 17th century, and it was later developed into a major industry by the French in the 18th century. At the time, the production of sugar involved boiling sugarcane juice to create a thick syrup, which was then molded into blocks. However, the process of refining the syrup to produce white sugar was not yet widely known. In the early 19th century, a young chemist named Charles Margaret discovered a new technique for refining sugar that involved adding lime and carbon dioxide to the sugarcane juice. This process, known as the Margaret process, allowed for the production of high-quality white sugar on a large scale. The introduction of the Margaret process revolutionized the sugar industry and helped to establish Mauritius as a major global producer of sugar. Today, sugar remains an important industry in Mauritius, with the country exporting large quantities of sugar to markets around the world. 7. Le Morne Brabant, often referred to simply as Le Morne, is a mountain located on the southwestern tip of Mauritius. It is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and is recognized for its cultural and historical significance. Le Morne is known for its dramatic cliffs and stunning views of the ocean and surrounding landscape. Le Morne Brabant played a significant role in the history of Mauritius, particularly in relation to slavery. During the 19th century, when the British abolished slavery on the island, many enslaved people fled to Le Morne Brabant to seek refuge. They formed a community on the mountain and resisted recapture by the British authorities. The community of escaped slaves on Le Morne Brabant became known as the Maroons, and they lived on the mountain for several years, relying on agriculture and fishing to sustain themselves. The British made several attempts to capture the Maroons, but they were unsuccessful until 1835, when a group of soldiers was finally able to reach the summit of the mountain and convince the Maroons to surrender. Today, Le Morne Brabant is recognized as a UNESCO World Heritage Site for its cultural and historical significance, particularly as a symbol of resistance and freedom. The mountain remains an important site of memory for the people of Mauritius, and it continues to attract visitors from around the world who come to experience its natural beauty and learn about its history. 8. The now extinct dodo bird was only found in Mauritius. The dodo bird was a flightless bird that was endemic to Mauritius. It stood about 1 meter tall and weighed around 20 kilograms. The dodo was known for its distinctive appearance, with a large body, small wings, and a hooked beak. The dodo became extinct in the late 17th century, less than a century after the arrival of humans on the island. It is believed that hunting by humans, habitat destruction, and the introduction of invasive species such as rats and pigs contributed to the extinction of the dodo. Despite its relatively short existence, the dodo has become an iconic symbol of extinction and conservation, and it is often used as a cautionary tale of the consequences of human impact on the environment. The dodo is also an important part of Mauritian culture and history. and it is featured on the country's coat of arms and flag. Today, efforts are underway to preserve the memory of the dodo and to promote conservation and sustainability in Mauritius. 9. Mauritius is renowned for having some of the best beaches in the world. The island's coastline is dotted with stunning beaches with crystal clear waters, white sand, and palm trees swaying in the breeze. Many of these beaches are located on the island's western and southern coasts, which are protected from prevailing winds and offer calm and clear waters for swimming and snorkeling. Some of Mauritius's most famous beaches include Trou Au Beaches, Belle-Mer, Grand Bay, and Flic and Flac, each with its own unique charm and character. Many of these beaches are also home to luxury resorts, which offer visitors a range of amenities and activities, including water sports, spa treatments, and fine dining. In addition to its beaches, Mauritius is also known for its natural beauty, with lush forests, waterfalls, and scenic mountains all within easy reach of the island's coastline. Visitors to Mauritius can enjoy a unique blend of natural beauty, cultural diversity, and modern amenities, making it a popular destination for travelers from around the world. 10. Mauritius is considered to be one of the most peaceful and stable countries in the world. According to the Global Peace Index 2021, Mauritius is ranked as the 28th most peaceful country out of 163 countries evaluated, making it the most peaceful country in sub-Saharan Africa. Mauritius has a strong tradition of democracy and good governance, with regular free and fair elections and a stable political system. The country has a well-developed legal framework, and the rule of law is generally respected. In addition to its political stability, Mauritius is known for its low levels of crime and violence. The country has a relatively low murder rate, and incidents of violent crime are rare. The police force is well-trained and professional, and the government has made significant investments in crime prevention and community policing initiatives. Overall, Mauritius is a safe and peaceful country that is known for its political stability, low levels of crime and violence, and commitment to good governance and the rule of law. These factors have helped to make Mauritius a popular destination for tourists and investors alike. 11. There is a popular optical illusion in Mauritius that appears to show an underwater waterfall. However, there is no actual waterfall beneath the ocean surface in Mauritius. The optical illusion is created by a natural sand and silt deposit that has accumulated on the ocean floor off the coast of Le Morne Brabant, a mountain on the southwestern tip of Mauritius. The deposit creates the appearance of a waterfall cascading down into an underwater chasm, but it is actually an illusion created by the way the sand and silt are dispersed by ocean currents. Visitors to Mauritius can take a scenic helicopter tour of the island that includes a flavor of the area where the underwater waterfall illusion appears, providing a unique and memorable perspective on this fascinating natural phenomenon. However, it's important to note that there is no actual waterfall beneath the ocean's surface in Mauritius. 12. Education in Mauritius is free and compulsory for children between the ages of 5 and 16 years old. The education system is modeled on the British system, and English is the primary language of instruction. The education system in Mauritius is divided into two main levels: primary education, which lasts for 6 years, and secondary education, which lasts for another 7 years. At the end of secondary education, students take the Cambridge School Certificate or International General Certificate of Secondary Education exams, which are recognized globally. In addition to the public education system, there are also private schools in Mauritius, which offer a range of curricula, including the French Baccalaureate, International Baccalaureate, and advanced level programs. Mauritius has a high literacy rate, with around 90% of the population being able to read and write. The government of Mauritius has made significant investments in education in recent years, including increasing funding for teacher training and school infrastructure, as well as introducing new programs to promote science, technology, engineering, and mathematics education. Education in Mauritius is well developed and highly regarded, with a strong emphasis on academic achievement and preparing students for success in the global economy. 13. Mauritian cuisine is a unique fusion of Indian, African, Chinese, and European flavors and cooking styles. The island's tropical climate and abundant seafood also play a significant role in its cuisine. Some popular Mauritian dishes include dol puri, a type of flatbread filled with split peas and served with curry, rougal, a spicy tomato-based dish typically made with seafood or meat, and gacho piment, which are small, spicy lentil fritters. Seafood is also a staple in Mauritian cuisine, with dishes like boulettes, small dumplings filled with fish or shrimp, and dab, a slow-cooked stew made with fish or meat. Overall, Mauritian cuisine is flavorful, diverse, and reflective of the island's multicultural heritage. 14. The cost of living in Mauritius varies depending on factors such as location, lifestyle, and personal preferences. In general, the cost of living in Mauritius is considered to be relatively affordable compared to other countries in the region. Housing and accommodation are among the biggest expenses, with prices varying depending on location and the type of accommodation. Groceries and other basic necessities are generally affordable, although imported goods can be more expensive. Utilities, such as electricity and water, are also relatively affordable. Transportation costs can vary depending on whether one chooses to use public transport or own a car. Healthcare costs are generally affordable, with both public and private healthcare options available. The cost of living in Mauritius is considered to be moderate, and it is possible to live comfortably on a range of budgets.